Go to the shelf. Gather materials. You will need Mod Podge glue, a paintbrush, a painted woodblock, and a piece of paper about the same size as the block. Open the bottle of Mod Podge. Dip the very tip of the paintbrush into the Mod Podge. Go back and forth with the paintbrush over one of the big sides of the woodblock, spreading a thin coat of glue over the block. If you need more glue, dip the tip of the paintbrush into the Mod Podge. Set the paintbrush down on the top of the lid. Pick up the colored paper, colored side up. Line up the paper with the block so the size is the same. Make sure the sides of the paper line up with the sides of the block. Carefully put the paper on the block. Smooth out any wrinkles with your hand. Take that block back to the shelf. Set it paper side down on the shelf to dry. Next you will need a sanding block with sandpaper on it and a block that already had paper on it. Pick up the sanding block. With your other hand, pick up the wood block that already had paper on it. Make sure the colorful paper is facing the ceiling. Sand along one edge of the block and the very edge of the paper, using one downward stroke at a time. Sand along the next edge of the block and the very edge of the paper, using one downward stroke at a time. Sand along the third edge of the block and the very edge of the paper, using one downward stroke at a time. Sand along the last edge of the block and the very edge of the paper, using one downward stroke at a time.